Welcome back to Assassin's Creed 2. Last time on Assassin's Creed 2, we followed Jacopo de Pazzi. We followed him to a meeting with the Spaniard, who is very, very disappointed with Jacopo. Him and his associate don't like the way Jacopo's been handling things, or his lack of handling things. The Spaniard deals with the problem by stabbing Jacopo. Jacopo pleads for his life, but in the end, there's no coming back. Ezio deals the final blow, puts Jacopo to rest.
Vai, amico. Libero da fardelli e paure. Requiesca in pace.
After this, Ezio would return to Florence and speak with Lorenzo. They know that it is now Ezio's time to go to Venice, where their enemies lie in wait. Lorenzo gives him one last parting gift, a cape that would help him in his future endeavors in Florence. But on his way to Venice, he catches up with Leonardo da Vinci, who had car troubles. Him and Leonardo decide to travel together for a bit. However, this doesn't go well for Leonardo's cart, for it gets chased down the road and set on fire by the Borgia. At the end of it all, Ezio jumps off due to the fact that these men are after him and not Leonardo. He realizes that he's been putting Leonardo in danger this whole time, and so he fights them off to give Leonardo a chance to get away safely. After a while, the two make it to Forli, where a few glyphs are discovered on some landmarks. We decode them and move on. We also, of course, found an assassin's seal, putting us one step closer to the armor of Altair. And now we move even farther. The first thing that you should know is that you get from Forli treasure chests a whopping 16,490 florins. Now that we're done with all of the other mumbo jumbo, we are going to be doing the side quests of Forli before starting on the main quest again. And the first one we have is a courier.
Would you deliver this for me? It must be done quickly, but there is a reward.
The messenger's burden. Deliver this letter to Romagna farmer. From Andrea Allegro, Mesere. This is to inform you that your presence is requested at the Palazzo Comunal within the next month. I have received correspondence from your neighbors implying that you have attacked several of them with your sword, even going so far as to mutilate a young girl who crossed your farm. Though this is your right, as it is your land, they have also claimed that you have committed crimes against God and nature, an accusation of a much more serious nature. Such behavior is forbidden in Forli. If you are not aware of the charges against you, read Leviticus 18:23. Report to us, or a contingent of guards will be sent to arrest you. Cordially, Andrea Allegro. Well, I suppose we should deliver our message to the farmer. Unfortunately, it is too far for us to walk all the way around, so going over is our best bet. Looks like the farmer was ready for us, and that dealt with him. He shouldn't be causing any more animals or small children harm. It looks like he had some backup, though. Guys, I just killed 2 people. You really want to do this? I know there's more of you, but still. After dealing with the townsfolk, we can move on to more pressing matters. We got paid pretty good for that job, 2,500. Plus any loot that we can get off of these people. And now we go to a beat-up event.
My husband carries on with wanton sluts. My reputation. And I'm stuck with the bastard. Please, make him feel my displeasure.
A wanton hubby beat up the unfaithful husband. It doesn't look like the husband is too far away. However, circling around, I couldn't find him for a while. Turns out he's in a little yard with his mistress. I accidentally punched her, but it turns out that punching him makes the other 2 aggressive. Not only do I have to beat up a husband, but now I have to beat up his 2 buddies. And I hope that that woman learned a lesson. Unless she didn't know.
Sorry. I regret it. Truly, I'm going straight home. I swear.
Unless she didn't know what situation she was in which case, maybe that'll, I don't know, knock her some, I don't know. Then I punched her on accident, and that's not cool.
This is my turf. I can outrun any man I know here, but a little bear told me you're quite good. Care to prove it?
Romagna Hustle, I've watched you run across the rooftops. I'm convinced that you can't beat my record. This is an extremely long race, and I believe it ends right where we're standing. It goes all the way around. However, I found that at some point you just get on a horse, ride most of it, and you can beat the race in with a minute still remaining. Now it's on to some assassination contracts. Thin the ranks. Our enemies are patrolling in Forli, and I fear they will rise up and attack Florence. I want you to destroy some of Girolamo's men in the guard force. Hopefully that will buy us some time. Signed, Lorenzo. Alright, heading off. We can find some of the guards and start executing them. Hopefully this will thin the ranks enough to keep Florence safe and out of Templar hands. Without using the Eagle Vision first, I didn't actually know which targets I was going after, so I just had to get rid of every one of them. I enjoy using the Assassin's Blade even for this kind of combat, it makes things quick, but you have to be pretty good at timing when to hit that button. Now we can move on to the next guard, who is on this wall. I ended up jumping into the river and then having to come all the way back up here to kill the other guard. But it gave him time to forget about me. You'd think that he'd be more panicked than that, seeing a friend of his killed. Now we can move on to the next, who is down this alley. With their backs turned to us, we can attempt to throw a knife and miss. And with that, we kill them with our assassin's blade. Moving on, we head to a race.
Certainly you were impressed this time. That was fast.
I could do better. Anyone could.
Scusate, I'm trying to find a boat to Venezia.
You're nearly there, friend. Are you in a hurry?
Perhaps not.
You can help us settle a dispute. I bet my friend here, the first stranger to come along, can race the course faster than him.
I suppose that would be me. And if you're right, what do I win?
Perhaps a private riding lesson?
Lend me a horse.
Horseplay. Race your horse through checkpoints around Romagna, complete all the laps, and then return to the start. Make sure you beat your rival's time. I didn't really mind this one. It actually, I liked it just because it gave you a little bit more. You know, oh, I'm looking for a bow. Hey, do this. Of course, I almost didn't beat it.
Where did the others go?
Home with their tails between their legs. They couldn't stand to be beat. Nicely done, Messere.
Call me Ezio. I still have some time for that private lesson.
It would be my pleasure, Ezio. Call me Amelia.
Ezio, you dog. Next, we can move on to more assassin's contracts. Beginnings of a conspiracy. Girolamo, the Lord of Forli, seems to be plotting something. A group of his men broke into the Palazzo Pitti and murdered several residents, stealing a rare map in the process. We may have lost the map, but we'll make them pay. Kill them without being seen. Signed, Lorenzo. Unfortunately, there are several fights broken out in this area, and I don't know which target is mine. And again, I neglected to use my eagle vision, and therefore killed a few of these men before getting the right one. I guess it's just one less Templar. But with that deed done, we can move on to the next one. We can employ some courtesans to get close and kill the target.
Don't lose him again! If I were to brandish a loaf...
The third target is alone, and we take him down quickly. All we need now is escape the guards and get back to the pigeon coop to retrieve our next assignment. Arch enemies. It seems as if the Borgia family is making a move toward Forli. Florence might be next. Borgia archers are on the rooftops, looking to strike. Eliminate them before they can call for help. Signed, Lorenzo. Kill all 10 archers in 2 minutes. I did this one a few times until I found out that it would be best to use those throwing knives. And they're all in pretty close proximity to each other. So using the throwing knives is a good idea. And extremely quick. Ezio's a surgeon with these things. The only one I don't use the throwing knives for is the last two. They're faced away from us, so they're easy hidden blade targets. And it's back to the pigeon coop. Wet work. My connections in Venice have informed me that a boat has been seen scouting for the Ottomans in Forli, looking for a good place to invade. Kill the boat's captain. Signed, Lorenzo. Getting to the boat was easy enough. However, I swam there. Once on the side of the ship, we can look for our target. There's several patrolling guards. Using eagle vision, we don't see anything until there he is. And lucky for us, he looks completely different than everyone else, as would be expected for a captain. We complete the job quickly and dive off the boat.
It is said you often help the common folk. Could I ask you to beat some sense into my rotten, adulterous joke of a husband?
Yes, I suppose you could. Promiscuity knocks. Beat up the promiscuous husband. Alright, getting to the area, we see him right away talking to his mistress. And now it's fisticuffs. That was...
Alright, you know what? She's right. I am a pezzo di merda. I go home now.
That's right, you're a piece of crap. That's what he said, by the way. He said he's a piece of crap. Not in those words, but... Anyways...
metal work here.
Back to the pigeon coop. Dead on arrival. Girolamo is attempting to send an agent to the Pope. Make sure the agent never leaves the city. Signed, Lorenzo. Lucky for us, the target isn't too far away. However, I searched and searched and searched and then found him on a rooftop. He was an easy kill while he was confused. However, the first time I did this, I killed him and the mission never ended, so I had to restart it. Back at the pigeon coop. Go toward the light. Girolamo has imported a new commander from Venice. He is guarding the lighthouse on the coast. Kill him, Lorenzo. I feel like it's a bad idea for Lorenzo to be signing these letters to Ezio. You know, what if Ezio's a bad assassin and he doesn't burn that stuff? It appears that this new guy that they have hired is well guarded already. We should take down this guard before we deal with this commander. Climbing up the building, we can make our way to the top to find our target waiting. And we can strike. Mark and execute. One of my spies slipped up and was captured by Girolamo, Lord of Forli. Now he's going to execute her. She has been taken to the countryside. You must kill whomever is standing watch, but don't let them see you, or my agent will be executed. Lorenzo. Well, we had best get over to the spot. Using Eagle Vision, we didn't actually find anyone, so we might need a better view. A guard patrols the roof. We'll have to wait for him.
I don't want to know.
I think getting rid of him is our best course of action. Okay, there's a woman and some people here. If we time it just right, we can kill the guard without being noticed.
Did he get clear?
Now that all those side quests are done, it's time to look for some feathers. Our first feather is located right about here on top of this doctor's office. Or stand, if you will. And there it is, sticking out from the wall. Our next is again right about on the doctor. We'll go there next. Climbing the roof, we don't see anything, but actually if we jump down and shimmy over, we can get to the next feather. And next is on this wall over here to the east. Easy enough. The next one can be found right around this area. It's not quite on that mark, but it is right on the front of this building. The next one's just to the west. Unfortunately, the guards didn't like us being on the roof, but there it is. The next one we have to find is right about there. And as you can see, it's right out in the open. Our next feather is on top of this house. Right there on the map. And then finally another one on the doctor, which happens to be on this wall, sticking out from a post. So not too far away, but still. Alright, and then now the others are outside of the city. And for the next one, we actually have to travel a little bit, going up to the northeast. It's right about there.
Seal! Faster! Run faster!
On that post. Watch out, because there's guards around, and they don't like it when you're on the roof. And the next one is on the dock. It's actually on that post that sticks out from the water that used to be a dock. And while you're at it, you might as well get some more florins. Not that we don't have enough. And the next one we have is right there. Heading to it, you can see it's right there on one of the posts. And from here we go to the mountains to collect some treasure chests. Collecting the mountain chests gives us 5,140 florins. At this point I decided to go back to the Villa Auditore, collect money and drop off some feathers, and this is what happened.
I've seen you bringing Maria the feathers. I appreciate what you're trying to do for her, but you have to face facts. It's not working. Maybe you should focus on more important things. I've had a new weapon made for you at the blacksmith's. You can go pick it up whenever you want. I'm sorry, Ezio.
Thanks for the advice, Uncle Mario. Either way, we can go and check out this hammer he's made for us that we have to pay for. 30,000 florins worth. But it is better than our current weapon, so we'll hang on to it. And then we can head back to Forli and finally meet up with Leonardo.
Thank you, Ezio. You saved my life.
I did what had to be done. You would have done the same.
I doubt it. Bravery is not my strong suit. I owe you a debt, brother.
Di niente.
Tutti a bordo! Fra poco si salpa!
That's our traghetto. Venezia waits.
Where's your pass?
What pass?
You don't have a pass?
You cannot enter Venezia without a pass. Who invited you?
Nobody.
Basta! No pass, no entrance!
Don't worry, Leonardo. I'll come up with something.
Don't just stand there! I need help!
Tutti a bordo. Help the screaming woman get back to the docks. Anything for a screaming, helpless woman. Come on, Ezio, jump in. Perfect dive. This time. Unlike last time when we just jumped in. Ezio's worst enemy is diving and, climbing up boats. He can't do it most of the time. His second worst is women.
Madonna.
Oh, you're good. The ladies must like you.
How'd you get over here?
I wasn't looking to impress. Only to help someone in distress.
Caterina Sforza. Date of birth 1463. Profession Countess of Forli and noble. A countess by marriage, Caterina was notorious far before she ever arrived in Forli. Raised in the court of Milan, she received a classical education while tutored in the art of war by her father, the Duke. At court, Caterina also acquired a passion for alchemy and hunting. In 1473, When she was 10 years old, Caterina became engaged to Girolamo, the Pope's nephew. They consummated their marriage when she was 14. Once in Rome, she was heralded as one of the most outgoing nobles at court, while her husband had a reputation for being one of the most ruthless. With the premature death of the Pope's brother, Girolamo gained even more power, securing the titles of Lord of Imola and Forli. When the Pope died, looters sacked Rome, destroying Caterina's residence. Unafraid, despite being 7 months pregnant, Caterina rode on horseback to the Castle Sant'Angelo and defended the Vatican with cannon fire and soldiers. In 1484, she moved with her family to Forli, paid off by someone with a grievance against her husband. The Orsi brothers killed Girolamo in 1488. As a result, Caterina became the ruler of Forli and Imola. She wasted no time winning the favor of nearby rulers, revising the tax system and training the militia herself. Although she advocated peace, when those around her were hurt, she dealt fierce vengeance, frequently killing enemies' wives and children in punishment. While Forli was under attack by Caesar Borgia, the Pope's son, she sent the Pope a letter that had been rubbed with plague sores. Ultimately, Forli and Caterina fell to Caesar Borgia in 1499. Caterina was captured and sent to Rodrigo Borgia in Rome, who kept her imprisoned for a year and is rumored to have raped her alongside his son. When she emerged from the Vatican, her hair had turned white. Exiled to Florence, Caterina died of pneumonia in 1509.
Which is exactly why you impress. And you are Messer...
Auditore, but please, call me Ezio.
I'm Caterina. Now, Ezio, we must find you suitable reward. Do you have any suggestions?
There is perhaps something you could help me with.
I'm all ears.
Ezio, you dog. If you knew what I just read.
Yes, Signora. Whatever you say, Signora.
Oh, the pass. Never mind.
He won't trouble you anymore. I took care of it.
Thank you, Caterina.
Perhaps we'll see each other again. Should you ever find yourself in the city of Forli, it would be my pleasure to welcome you.
I look forward to enjoying your hospitality.
Please accept my most humble apologies, Messere. Had I known...
It's quite all right, my friend.
Be careful, Ezio. Do you know who that was?
My next conquest.
I don't think so, Ezio. That's Caterina Sforza, daughter of the Duca di Milano. Her husband is...
Husband?
See, her husband is the Lord of Forli. That woman is as powerful and dangerous as she is young and beautiful.
Sempre come una donna per me.
We're actually going to end it there and start up again in Venice, I hope. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.